Assalamu alaikum students, welcome to the mathematics class. Today is our 8th lecture in which we'll continue with our previous chapter, which is multiplication and division. If you remember, in our last lecture we got over with section A, B and C of this chapter, so we'll start section D. So please open page number 72 of your book. Let's begin. First of all, here we are going to learn how to actually divide two numbers. Till now we have been learning about how to multiply two numbers. We learned about multiplication in detail. Now we are going to learn about how to divide numbers. Okay? So, for example, the question says 74 balls are divided into groups of 3. How many groups of balls are there? So basically, just to give you an overview, I hope you must have learned this in your previous class, that whenever we are multiplying two numbers, we always get the all together, we always get the total amount, and whenever we are dividing two numbers, we either get the number of groups or we get the data in each group. That means in multiplication, the answer itself is the total amount, but in division, the total amount is already given in the question, and what you are supposed to find out is the number of groups or the data in each group. Okay, so here you can see we already have the total amount given in the question, 74 balls. The total number of balls which are present are 74, and they have to be divided into groups of 3. Groups of 3, what does that mean? That in each group we should be having 3 balls. Okay, the total number of balls are 74, and in each group we should have 3 balls. So we are actually dividing 74 balls into groups of 3. That means 3 in each group. How many groups of balls are there? If I divide this total amount of balls into groups such that every single group has 3 balls, so how many groups would I form? In order to find this, we will divide 74 by 3. Okay, 74. What is 74 divided by 3? Let's find it out. Now, if you remember, whenever we used to do multiplication, we had so many methods to follow. Similarly, in division, we also have two methods. We learn actually two methods here. The first method is here, as you can see on your screen. How would you do 74 divided by 3? First of all, here what do we have to do? We have to divide 74 balls into groups such that each group has 3 balls. So first of all, always start by writing the total number at the top, which is 74, and always what do you do? The second number, which is divided by 3, we have to divide it by 3, right? So first of all, let's consider that I consider the total number of groups initially are 10. Okay, there are 30 balls and they will be divided into 10 groups. Then there are 30 balls, they would be divided into 10 groups. If I cancel the 30 balls which have already been divided into 10 groups, how many balls are left? 44. Again, I divide them into 10 groups, and how many balls are left? If I cancel out 30, 14 balls. Again, now you can see, now 14 balls cannot be divided into 10 groups because I'll need 30 and 14 is a smaller amount. So what do? I deduct it with the maximum number of balls. Now 3 ones are 3, 3 twos are 6, 3 threes are 9, and 3 fours are 12. 3 fives are 15 is a bigger amount. We only have 14 balls, so we would choose 3 fours are 12. That means 4 groups. Okay, how many balls are left? 2. Now this remainder cannot be further divided into any group because we should be having 3 balls in each group and only 2 balls are left. This means this is the remainder. So here you can see, first we already divided the balls into 10 groups, and then we again divided the balls into 10 groups, so 20 groups, then 4 groups, 24 groups. What is 24 multiplied by 3? 24 multiplied by 3 is 72. 72 balls have been distributed into groups and only 2 balls are left. So my answer is 24 are 2. 24 remainder 2. So what have we done here? Always remember, just to give you a shortcut method, write the total number at the top and the second number which you are dividing it into, always multiply it with 10. For example, here we have 3, right? So I am writing 30 and then again 30. If there was 4, I would have written 40 and then 40. If there was 5, I would have written 50 and then 50. Start by actually subtracting the value of multiplying by 3 or multiplying by 4, whatever the value is. Find out your answer, then again minus it with the same value, then find out the answer, then minus it with the same value. If the value is now much more bigger than your remaining value, then check out which value would be the most suitable. It cannot be 3 ones are 3, 3 is very much small, 6 is 3 to the 6 is very much small, 3 3s are 9 is small, 3 4s are 12 seems the most suitable one. And then I finally got the remainder. Here you can see I have 196 divided by 5. So what would I do first? I would write 196 at the top. Always, I told you before, the second number must be multiplied by 10, which is 50. Okay, start subtracting. 196, always, if there was 6, divide by 6, I would have written 60. If there was 7, I would have written 70. If there was 8, I would have written 80. Okay, here we have divide by 5, so 50. Let's subtract it. 6 minus 0 is 6, 9 minus 5 is 4, and 1 is carried down. Then again, we can always subtract it again with 50, 96. Then with 50, 46. Now I cannot subtract 46 with 50 because 46 is a much smaller number. So let's choose which number would I go for. 5 tens are 50, right? So what would I do? I would choose a smaller number. Now 9 fives are, what is 9 fives are? 45. 9 fives are 45. So you could have written 45 here and the remainder would have been directly 1. Right? 46 minus 45, 1. Or you could also go for the smaller ones. You could have, if you had chosen 40. 8 fives are 40. So my answer was 6. Then 5 ones are 5. 6 minus 5 is 1. You could have directly written 45 and your answer would have been 1. Or you could have gone for much more detail like I have done. 8 fives are 40 and then answer is 6 and then 5 ones are 5. My final remainder is 1. Okay. So it's a very easy thing. It's just that all you need to do is practice. Okay. Write the bigger number at the top and multiply the second number with 10 and then just keep on subtracting until you get the remainder. And then finally, once you have got the remainder, you have reached to the remainder part. That means you are done with the method. Now let's add the values together. 10 plus 10, 10 groups plus 10 groups plus 10 groups plus 8 groups. How many total number? And 1 group. How many total number of groups? 39 groups. And what is the remainder? 1. So there are 39 groups. There are 39 groups of 5 with the remainder of 1. 39 groups of 5. There are total 39 groups of 5 means that in each group we have 5 balls. Yeah, 5 whatever. 39 remainder 1. Remainder, mentioning the remainder is really very important because this shows that 196 cannot be divided by 5 exactly. You have a remainder of 1 left. Now this was the subtraction method, right? You actually keep on subtracting until you find the remainder and then you add the values together. This is one method. You can also go for the long division method, just like we used to do long multiplication. In the multiplication, you can also go for the long division. How do you do this? 196 divided by 5. So put the bigger amount, put the one on the left side inside and put the number on the right hand side outside. Okay? The number on the left side should be inside and the number on the right side should be outside the division sign. Okay, this is the division sign. bigger number must be inside, the smaller number must be outside. Now 196 divided by 5, how would I do this? First of all, I would not consider digit by digit you will move, right? So 196 here, 1 is a very small digit. Let's consider the whole 19. 19, 5 1s are 5, 5 2s are 10, 5 3s are 15, and 5 4s are 20. 20 is very much big, 5 3s are 15 is the most suitable. I'll write 3 here at the top and 15 at the bottom. Let's minus. 19 minus 15 is 4. And let's drop the 6 down. 5 9s are 45. Let's cancel it. My answer is 1. Now I cannot further deal with 1 because 1 is the remainder, and there is no number in the table of 5 that is smaller than 1. That is smaller than 1, yeah. So the remainder here is 1, and so the total answer would be 39R1. So you can see either I go for this method or this method, the long division one. Long division is a much more shorter method compared to this one. This is a little bit technical method, and this is a smaller method and an easier one, but you should be knowing both the methods. You should be learning how to go for this as well, because obviously it might be asked in the examinations anytime. Okay, so my final answer is 39R1. Either you go for this or you go for this, your answer should be same. This is the final example I'm discussing so that things are much more clear to you and you don't have any confusion. 243 divided by 7. As I told you, write the bigger number at the top. Divide by 7. So I told you the second number should be multiplied by 10. 70. Let's start subtracting. 243 minus 70 is 173. Just keep on writing this data as well together so that when you are adding the values in the end, it's much more easier to you. So since I have written 70 here, I know that 10 multiplied by 7 is 70. Again I minus. My answer is 103. Again I am mentioning 10 multiplied by 7 is 70. Then I minus. Again 10 multiplied by 7 is 70. Now you can see that the answer here is 33. And 70 is a much more bigger number. So let's check out the table of 7 and which number would be the most suitable. 7 1s are 7, 7 2s are 14, 7 3s are 21, 7 4s are 28, and 7 5s are 35. 35 is a bigger number than 33, so I'll go for 28. 7 4s are 28. My remainder is 5. Now there is no number in the table of 7 that is smaller than 5. Okay, so 5 is the remainder. 5 is the remainder, and the real value is what? 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 4, which is 34. My answer is 34 R5. 243 divided by 7 is 34 R5. You can go for this long division process. Put the number on the left side inside and put the number on the right hand side outside. That is, the bigger number should be inside, the smaller number should be outside. Now let's consider the digits one by one. 2 is a very small number. Let's consider 24. 7 1s are 7, 7 2s are 14, 7 3s are 21, 7 4s are 28. I'll go for 21. 7 3s are 21. Put the 3 at the top, 21 at the bottom. Minus 24 minus 21 is 3. I'll drop the 3 here downwards, so it's 33. 7 4s are 28. Seems the most suitable. 33 minus 28 is 5. That means my answer is 34. Remainder 5. So you see, this is a much smaller method and an easier one. It's time to solve book exercise. Open page number 75 of your book and solve this book exercise. It would really help you in getting practice, and there's a lot of material there, so you can make sure you solve this exercise for your practice. As soon as you are done with watching the video, you solve this book exercise so that you do not forget things. Okay? Meet you in the next lecture. Till then, Allah Hafiz.